God knows you're tired. A message for weary hearts. Can I sit with you for a minute? I don't know what kind of day you've had. Maybe it was a good day. Maybe it was one of those days where everything seemed to need something from you. Your time, your energy, your patience, your attention. And now that the day is finally winding down, you're left sitting with a tired mind and an even more tired heart. If that's where you are tonight, I'm glad you're here. You know, I've noticed something about life. Most of us are carrying more than we let people see. We carry responsibilities. We carry worries. We carry hopes for the future. We carry concerns about our children, our marriages, our health, our finances, our work, and sometimes even our faith. And because everyone else seems busy carrying their own burdens, we often keep ours to ourselves. We smile. We say we're doing fine. We keep moving. But deep down, we're tired. Not because we're weak. Not because we're failing. Just because life can be heavy sometimes. Maybe you've been working hard and wondering if you'll ever get ahead. Maybe you've been trying to make wise financial decisions while prices seem to keep climbing. Maybe you've been doing your best to build a better future for your family and wondering if all the sacrifices are worth it. Maybe you've been praying for someone you love. Maybe you've been waiting for a relationship to heal. Maybe you've been waiting for a door to open. Or maybe you've simply been trying to make it through one day at a time. I think we've all been there. There have been seasons in my life when I thought progress would happen quickly. I thought if I worked hard enough, prayed hard enough, or stayed positive enough, things would move faster. But life rarely works on our timeline. Some things grow slowly. Trust grows slowly. Strong relationships grow slowly. Financial stability grows slowly, healing grows slowly, faith grows slowly. And that's frustrating sometimes because we live in a world that wants everything immediately. Fast food, fast shipping, instant answers, instant results. But the most meaningful things in life usually take time. Think about a tree for a moment. When we see a strong tree standing tall, we admire its branches, its beauty, its strength. But long before anyone noticed that tree, something important was happening underground. Roots were growing, quietly, patiently, without applause, without recognition, without visible proof. And maybe that's where some of us are right now. Maybe we're in a root-growing season, a season where it feels like nothing is happening. A season where we're putting in effort but not seeing much progress. A season where we're learning patience whether we wanted to or not. Those seasons can be difficult, especially when we compare our lives to everyone else's highlight reel. It's easy to look around and think everyone else is moving forward faster. Everyone else seems happier. Everyone else seems more successful. Everyone else seems to have life figured out. But I've learned something. Most people are carrying things we know nothing about. The person who looks successful may be struggling privately. The person who looks strong may be exhausted. The person who looks confident may be fighting battles they never talk about. We're all human. We're all learning. We're all trying. And maybe we need to give ourselves a little more grace. Maybe we need to stop measuring our lives against everyone else's timeline. Maybe we need to stop expecting ourselves to have everything figured out. Maybe we simply need to keep taking the next step, one day at a time, one decision at a time, one quiet win at a time. You know, one of the things I love most about faith is that God doesn't seem nearly as concerned with speed as we are. We want immediate answers, immediate breakthroughs, immediate results. But so often God works through process, through seasons, through growth we can't yet see. I've looked back on moments in my own life and realized that what felt like a delay was actually preparation. What felt like waiting was actually growth. What felt like silence was not absence. God was still there, working quietly, patiently, faithfully. And maybe He's doing the same in your life right now. Maybe the prayer you keep praying matters. Maybe the effort you're making matters. Maybe the love you're pouring into your family matters. Maybe the small financial choices you're making matter. Maybe the kindness you're showing matters. Maybe the progress is happening, even if you can't see all of it yet. I think sometimes we underestimate the power of small things. A small act of kindness, a small decision, a small prayer, a small step forward. But life is often changed by small things repeated consistently. Not dramatic moments, daily moments, ordinary moments. The moments nobody notices. Those moments shape us. They build character. They strengthen faith. They deepen relationships. They prepare us for whatever comes next. And while they may not feel important today, one day you'll look back and realize they mattered more than you knew. So if you're tired tonight, let me remind you of something. You don't have to carry tomorrow tonight. You don't have to solve every problem before you go to sleep. You don't have to have every answer. You don't have to know exactly how everything will work out. Maybe tonight is simply about resting, breathing, trusting, letting God hold the things that feel too heavy for you to carry. Because He sees you. He sees the effort. He sees the sacrifice. He sees the tears. He sees the courage it takes to keep showing up. And He hasn't forgotten you. Not for a moment. Your story isn't over. There are still chapters ahead. There are still blessings you haven't seen. There are still prayers that may be answered in ways you don't expect. There are still reasons to hope. So tonight, give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission to breathe. Give yourself permission to believe that something good can still come from this season. Even if it's growing quietly, even if it's happening slowly, even if you can't see it yet. Because quiet growth is still growth, and a quiet win is still a win. Thank you for spending a few moments with me tonight. I hope you leave feeling a little lighter, a little more hopeful, and a little less alone. If someone came to mind while listening, maybe send this to them. Take care of yourself. Keep the faith. Keep moving forward. One quiet win at a time. We'll keep going tomorrow.